So what's the fourth?
The fourth is the law of freedom. I can think whatever I like. And, you know, if our listeners would like to think, I am a green crocodile, you know, alligator, whatever. Just do it. Can you do it? I guess you can, can't you? Okay, so you have the freedom to think whatever you want. Now, I guess nobody really wants to be a green alligator. So
there might be some people.
Big mouth with sharp teeth. Anyway, but you can think whatever you want. And of course, we want to think of something that we want instead of something that we do not want. So we have the choice to think whatever we want. So why not goal setting? Why not say, well, when I'm getting home, see my spouse, I'm thinking of what can I do good for him or her? And this is my goal for today. And as soon as I open the house door, I'm asking this question. Okay, this will change our communication. For instance, tiny little goal. As an example, I'm married for the second time, and my now wife and myself, we have a dog. And when we got the dog, you know, it's always 3 walks a day, like 20 minutes, half an hour or something. And sometimes I'm coming home late. I used to come home late at 9 or so. And then I sometimes said, well, I hope she doesn't ask me to go doggy walking. And, well, you bet. I entered the house. Could you go with our dog? And first, I wanted to react.
Yeah.
And then I stepped back and I said, yes, I'd love to. And this I made a habit of mine. Whenever she's asking me, do you want to do this? Could you do this?
You say
I
you'd
said,
love to.
I'm happy to do this. And this is, I'm doing now on default. So this is a little contribution to a working marriage. Yes, I'd love to. And this is, of course, leading her to do the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
It opens the doors.
And you've got the freedom to change that and to make that as you want to say it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been talking now about small little goals that have a huge impact on our daily life.
Yeah.
Okay? If you go to work, same intention. You know, what has my colleague from knowing me, from working with me?
How do they benefit from working with me? Yeah.
How do they benefit?
How do they make their day a bit easier?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And this is going forth and back. It can't be different because the law of attraction does that. Going back to the second law.
Yeah, and this is one thing. And I know we're on the 4, so we've got 2 more to go. But when we get through all of these 6, they are all interlinked as well.
Yeah, sure.
They are all essentially the same, which is incredible.
Exactly.
So what's number 5?
Number 5 is thoughts are real forces. And if you go to the spiritual people of the world, like Jesus or like anybody in the past or in the present, they all say the same thing. Everything is one single energy.
Yeah.
And me coming from natural sciences, you know, working in a lab, you know, on little details down in cellular level, everything is energy. Okay, that was quite amazing. Everything is energy. So if everything is energy, that's what Einstein said, and a little bit more poetic, Max Planck, who is a quantum physicist as well, he's giving his name to the most prestigious German research institute, Max Planck. He said it more poetically. He said, the universe appears to me like one single thought. So, you and me and everything in this room and everything on this planet are manifestations of the same thought or of the same energy. Okay. So we are all one. And this you can read in the Bible. And this you can, the Buddhists say it for for thousands of years. And if you go to the Indians in the Amazon, they say the same thing. All big cultures, like the Australian culture with, what do you call those? Wait a minute. Forget the name of the people that inhabited Australia originally. Okay, doesn't matter. They all say the same thing. And now the beautiful thing is, and this is what I've learned from Fritjof Capra, I mentioned already, the beautiful thing is that modern physicists, quantum physicists, say the same thing.
Yeah.
And the roots of this go back to ancient Greece, where philosophers claimed that the smallest particle of matter is the atom. Okay. And then in the 20th century, physicists found out, no. All the atoms consist of neutrons, positrons, and electrons. So basically 3 variables, but in different numbers.
Yeah.
So we call it periodic systems of elements.
Yeah, periodic.
Yeah, okay. Those atoms are very similar, basically. They consist of the same things: electrons, protons, neutrons.
It's just different combinations.
Yes, different combinations, but it's very. And now they look into electrons and positrons and neutrons, and they say, we can't see any solid matter anymore. We just see condensed energy. And the electron that seemed to be solid matter is no solid matter at all. It's all energy.
That's mental.
With a certain frequency, with a certain vibration. So you are nothing else but energy. And me, nothing else but energy. At certain vibrations or
it's almost unimaginable, isn't it?
It is. This, I'm sorry, is no solid matter, despite me feeling that it should be solid matter, but it isn't. And it is so amazing. Thoughts are real things. Okay, that's something that Einstein said, and this is something that Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, said as well. Thoughts are real things. So, if thoughts are real things, they come out of something that is pure energy. Well, what else could they be? What else than energy themselves? And now there is research, of course done by physicists again. They show that thoughts can have an influence on matter. And now imagine you have a binary random generator in front of you. There is no switches, nothing to play around with. You're just sitting there, and the binary random generator out of 1,000 runs will do 500 zeros and 500 ones. Okay. And now the person running the experiment tells you to think of zeros. sitting there in front of this generator and thinking zeros. You don't touch anything, nothing. 520 zeros and 480 ones. Research done at Yale University, US, pretty prestigious US university.
That what you think in your mind affects the result.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. So mind over matter, this concept, you know, is showing up in this experiment. And this has been repeated many, many, many times at other prestigious universities of the world. What it tells us basically is that our thoughts are things, like Einstein said. And so you can break it down to one simple context. You think you want to have a car. Stick to this example. You want to have a car. You think, and you ask your spouse, do you agree we should have a new car? Yeah. She said, yeah. Or he says, yeah. Let's do it. So, positive feeling. Yes, I feel like having a new car. Then you have talked to somebody already. That's action. And then you walk out to the dealer and you take another action. And then you buy the car, and then the car is yours.
Yeah, and that's
and that's the manifestation of the initial thought.
So it all started with the thought.
Exactly. And you find this in the Bible.
Everything starts with a thought.
Yes.
Wow. Okay,
My name is Dr. Wolf, a leading expert in mindset transformation and personal success. By joining me, you will unlock proven strategies to elevate your mindset and transform your life. Explore more in the video description.